The Drum Theatre in Dandenong has been chosen by Opera Australia to launch its Australian season this year. The tour of Mozart's opera, The Marriage of Figaro, opens on the 17th of July. On the line, one of the stars of that and a great singer, got a great voice, Stephen Gullop. A very good afternoon, Stephen.
Good afternoon, Lee. How are you?
I'm well. Nice to have you with us, mate. With a voice like that, you're designed and destined for radio work.
Thanks very much. I get that in the supermarket all the time.
Oh, do you? What, in the freezer section?
No, I'm just checking out. So there's usually someone that says, "Oh, you should be on radio."
Well, mate, no, when you're out of work as a singer, you can go do voiceovers.
I couldn't I? So people tell me.
You've got a fantastic voice. Do me a voiceover for me. Look, this is the 97.7 FM. How about saying you're listening to Lee Drew on 97.7 FM?
97.7. You're listening to Lee Drew on 97.7 FM.
Sounds great. I'd employ you.
Thanks, mate.
I'd employ you, mate. Yeah, very good. Exciting news that the Drum Theatre, which is a great space, you've been there before, I believe, too.
I have. We did a Magic Flute there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Just to correct you on the date, too, it's the 15th and 16th of July.
Sorry, 15th, 16th, okay. Good.
Yep.
I'd have turned up at the wrong day. I was going to come on the 17th.
Oh, no. The Sunday? Oh, no, don't do that. It's Friday and Saturday night.
Yeah, we're coming to the opening on the Friday, 15th
Fantastic.
and 16th. Yeah, good. So you've been there before. You know what the space is like. It's a beautiful, beautiful theatre. It really is. Dandenong have done themselves proud there.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I actually climbed on the roof last week to do some publicity shots.
You climbed on the roof?
I know, underneath the clock tower.
You didn't?
I did, up through the ladder, and it was fantastic.
How do I get hold of those? On Facebook or something, do I?
There were shots done for the Dandenong Journal.
Okay.
They didn't use it. They used one inside.
Okay, well, I have to try and find where those shots are. I'd like to see you on the roof. It'd be
Sure.
brilliant. The Marriage of Figaro, this way around, is in English, which is going to make it very easy for people to understand, of course.
Absolutely. Opera Australia always do our regional tours in English, and as we did last few years, and as you said, it makes it very accessible to all the audiences throughout regional Victoria and New South Wales and Tasmania on the first year of the 2-year tour.
I think it's great because you can involve youngsters, perhaps teenagers, young adults who perhaps haven't had the experience of opera in the Italian before. Therefore, without looking at subtitles and so on, they've got this in English, and it's a good introduction, isn't it, to bring people into the genre of Mozart and Beethoven with the opera he wrote and others, of course.
Absolutely. I think, with the last two seasons that I've been involved with Magic Flute, I don't know, did you see that performance?
Yes, I did, yes.
Right.
Yep.
Well, I did Sarastro and all of those performances. Yep. And it really encourages people to come along and as you said, makes the opera much more accessible, doesn't it? And I think understandable, too. They're not reading subtitles. And,
that's right. And I think it's a great way to introduce others into the opera.
And also, as you're probably aware, we involve the school communities. We involve a school choir in every location that we perform in.
And I think that's wonderful, too. It gives the kids a great experience of being on stage and doing something which is really professional. That's
right. They're absolutely flabbergasted. Last season they were standing in the wings watching us sing and, to hear the Queen of the Night and that sort of thing. There's extraordinary sounds coming out of people that they couldn't believe, could be produced without a microphone, basically.
Yeah.
So the same thing will happen with The Marriage of Figaro, I'm sure.
Stephen, what got you into opera?
Oh, just singing basically at school, and I grew up in Brisbane and joined various amateur companies, and then went on from there. I had a great singing teacher in Brisbane, Margareta Elkins, and she sort of said to me, I was a teacher at the time, and she said, well, you're either going to sing or teach. What's it going to be? So I sort of made the decision, and it wasn't really a hard decision to make. It was always a passion to sing, and then went from different companies and joined the Opera Australia back in the 1990s, and then went overseas and studied.
You've got to have a certain voice to be an opera singer. What advice would you give to my listeners today, particularly the younger ones, who would perhaps consider becoming an opera singer?
Well, it's a hard road. It's certainly not easy, and you have to be very dedicated and have a innate passion to really follow the career and to see it through. There's a lot of people that don't, and it may come easy to some, but might be an easy road for some people. But it's certainly a difficult and challenging, but very rewarding career.
Very, very good advice. Very good advice indeed.
And to work hard.
Yeah, well, that's
the
it,
basics,
isn't it?
The language is important. important to study languages. And
yes, and you don't always have a job, do you? Not a full-time job, so you've got to fall back on something. What do you fall back on? Teaching again, or
teaching? I have taught quite a bit when I was in Europe, in between contracts and that sort of thing. I taught, and many singers actually do, either teach sing basically, or do other things.
Yeah. All right, mate, we're going to leave it there. I'm running very, very short of time. I've got 2 more interviews to go through in about 6 minutes. So I'm going to be putting my little Ferrari into gear and running. But look, great to talk to you, pal. We're going to come along and see it on the 15th. It's running the 15th and 16th, The Marriage of Figaro. And it's at the Drum Theatre. It's launching Opera Australia's season for Australia. Then you're touring, of course, right around. And, Stephen, we look forward to seeing you in person there on the night of the 15th. All the best, mate. Okay, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.